Good morning, it's Thursday the 19th of February 2026. My name is Amma Acquah and here are your headlines on the GH Today News. Cybersecurity expert laments that tracking all sharers of Russian pickup artists' explicit content nearly impossible. And health facilities across the country directed to tighten security after baby theft at Mamprabi Polyclinic in Acquah prompts urgent action from Social Protection Minister, who has vowed zero tolerance against such dastardly acts. We've got this and more coming right up. Please do stay with us. Good morning once again. You're welcome to the GH Today News with me, Amma Acquah. Now, the New Patriotic Party has announced a detailed timeline and guidelines for its upcoming internal elections following the successful presidential primary. Now, let's go back to our earlier story where the New Patriotic Party has announced a detailed timeline and guidelines for its upcoming internal elections following the successful presidential primaries held on January 31st, 2026, which elected Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the party's flag bearer. Now, addressing a press conference at the party's headquarters, General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodia Frimpong, outlined the roadmap for membership registration and the conduct of elections from the polling station level to the national executive level.
The party begins our internal elections with the continuation of registration of members. If you all recall, somewhere in November 2025, I issued a memo to the constituency and regional party respectively to start our party registration at the various polling stations and further to organize polling station meetings. So we are continuing with that process. And that process starts from 1st of March to 31st March 2026. That will be registration of members. The elections of our polling station executives will be from 10th to 16th May 2026. For constituency executive committee elections, open and closure of nominations shall be from 22nd to 24th of June 2026. Voting shall be 25th to 27th of June 2026. Appeals shall be received from 28th to 30th June 2026. Then notice of polls will be from 2nd to 5th July 2026. Elections of constituency officers shall be from 11th to 12th July 2026. Then data entry and validation of constituency executive album will be from 13th to 26th July 2026.
Meanwhile, Justin Kodia Frimpong also cautioned supporters and aspirants ahead of the party's upcoming internal elections to conduct a clean campaign free from insults and acrimony. He urged party faithful to uphold unity, discipline and respect throughout the process, stressing that internal contests should rather strengthen, not divide the party.
National executive elections are as follows, the processes and the procedures. Opening and closing of nominations shall be from 10th to 14th of August. Filing of nominations shall be from 15th to 17th August. Vetting of aspirants shall be from 20th to 23rd of August 2026. Release of vetting report shall be on the 25th of August. Appeals shall be taken from 28th to 29th of August. Then the elections shall be held between 18th to 20th of September 2026. But in all this, it is expected that all aspirants shall be required to strictly adhere to the following code of conduct. All aspirants shall campaign on issues and refrain from leveling unsubstantiated allegations, personal attacks, and vilifications against their opponents. No aspirant shall undertake any activity that will polarize the party along tribal, religious, and other factional lines. Aspirants shall also require their supporters not to engage in any of the activities stated above.
Now moving on from that, Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Samuel George, has revealed that diplomatic efforts are underway to trigger processes to prosecute the Russian national involved in sharing explicit videos of himself and some female Ghanaian citizens in absentia. Now, addressing the press at the ministry, Sam George noted that contrary to reports suggesting authorities' inability to identify the said man, his true identity has been established and the trial in absentia is due to the non-existence of an extradition treaty between Ghana and Russia. Here's more.
The accused, identified as Vyacheslav Trahova, allegedly used AI-enabled glasses to record the encounters without the women's knowledge and further shared them on various social media platforms through monetization. The Ghanaian government is working with Russian authorities to prosecute the suspect under the country's Cybersecurity Act 2020, which carries penalties of up to 25 years in prison for publishing explicit images without consent.
A number of the ladies have formally filed complaints that are being processed by the CID, and CID is working with us to escalate this to Interpol to issue an international arrest warrant for the gentleman. The two ministries know who the individual is. In our meeting with the ambassador, his identity was established. We have his passport, which we'll be sharing with the media, his Russian passport. His first name is Vladislav, and his last name is Lyulkov.
Sam George noted that since Ghana and Russia have no extradition treaty, the suspect will be prosecuted in absentia, as efforts are far advanced through Interpol to put him on red alert. The minister cautioned the Ghanaian public about sharing the images of the victims, emphasizing its illegality.
There's currently no extradition treaty between Ghana and the Russian Federation. He indicated that the alleged conduct of the gentleman also constitutes a criminal offense under Russian law and assured us of continued diplomatic engagement. Use this opportunity to caution the public: do not share, download, circulate, or monetize the illegal content. Doing so constitutes a criminal offense and makes you liable for prosecution under Act 1038.
For her part, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Dr. Agnes Namumulati, indicated that some of the victims have contacted her ministry and urged others to follow suit for psychological support.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who has mandated us to take charge of this issue. So reach out to us and then we'll support you. If the public knows of anyone, you can also reach out to us. We also have toll-free numbers you can call, and then we can pick it up from there. That is 0800 800 800, 0800 900 900, and then 0800 111 222.
Minister Sam George used the occasion to assure all victims of the unfortunate incident of the government's commitment to seeking justice to maintain the...
Now, still on this, cybersecurity expert Dr. Kofi Annan says authorities may only be able to trace a limited number of individuals behind the circulation of explicit online material linked to the so-called Russian pickup artist saga. Now, Dr. Kofi Annan explains that while it is possible to identify the initial distributors of such content, tracking every single person who shares it becomes increasingly complex as it spreads across multiple platforms and jurisdictions. He adds that with sustained technical effort and adherence to diplomatic protocols, government could strengthen the oversight of social media operations locally, pointing to regulatory approaches adopted in countries such as China and the US. He made these remarks on News Tonight.
It is easy to deal with such situations where you track to the first, second, third, or fourth person. But in this instance, that it is going so viral to the extent that the people involved in sharing it has an entangled web. It becomes a difficult task for the cybersecurity authority and the security agency involved to now track every individual who has been involved in promoting the spread. So, yes, it is in our law. It is criminal to share such content. But in this case, a lot of people have been involved and it becomes difficult. If we want to zero it into the corporate himself and maybe the first 4 or up to the 10th person who promoted a sharing, then that is possible. But aside that, the number of people who have been involved now in this matter, it becomes difficult to deal with it security-wise. As a country, for us to be firm on our internet space by engaging these tech giants and giving them certain guidelines as to the kind of content they should project within the Ghanaian space when it comes to some of these things. Now, although the Facebook is global, as a country, you can also engage them like China did. And they have their own space and that. And maybe if you look at TikTok going to US, America has to now Trump engage and said that if TikTok is coming to America, it has to be owned by Americans or it has to be a shared listen. And so TikTok in America is not fully owned by China or Chinese. It is owned by Americans with the Chinese. So it is a matter of how strong you are when it comes to this game. And as Ghana, as a developing country, our strength as against these tech giants is not much. So we only...
Now, the Ghana Police Service has directed health facilities across the country to tighten security following an alleged baby theft at Mamprobi Polyclinic in Accra. Latifa Salifu, the prime suspect, now sits behind police cell gates, facing questions over the crime.
The 33-year-old female suspect was arrested by the Dansoman Divisional Police Command in connection with the stealing of a baby boy from the Mamprobi Hospital in Accra. Police say the baby's mother, Precious Ankoma, delivered safely on February 14, 2026. 3 days later, an unidentified woman disguised in a nurse's uniform took the newborn under the pretext of administering medication and disappeared. An alarm was raised. Officers visited the hospital, took statements, reviewed intelligence, and launched a manhunt. Police tracked down the suspect to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where she was found with a baby believed to be the missing child. She claimed she had delivered at the facility and was discharged due to lack of beds, a claim police investigations found to be false as no hospital record supported it. The baby boy has since been positively identified by his mother through a birth mark and reunited with her before being returned to hospital care.
The suspect is currently in police custody, whilst arrangements are underway to place the baby under hospital care for safekeeping, further investigations and medical attention.
The police have praised the vigilance of the public and urged health facilities and families to remain alert.
We expect that for hospitals and health facilities, we enforce strict identification protocols for staff and for visitors, ensure babies are released only after proper verification, install and monitor CCTV in maternity wards and other wards.
Investigations remain ongoing and police say further updates will be communicated as facts are established.
Now, 3S Technologies has launched Humanova, a human resource management software designed to simplify and automate HR operations for small and medium-sized enterprises. Speaking to GHOne News at the launch, the company said the platform is built to reduce the workload of HR managers and make operations more efficient.
At the launch of Humanova, which also saw the unveiling of its brand ambassador, Chief Executive Officer of 3S Technologies, Jemima Educhumwa-Krine, encouraged SMEs to sign onto the platform and experience structured HR systems usually enjoyed by large companies, regardless of their size.
We realized there were lots of SMEs in Ghana here, even in Accra alone, that have no experience with human resource management. And some of the reasons included the cost and the fact that, we are a small company, we don't need it. But we know what structure can do, and the earlier you have it, the better it is when you're scaling up. So we decided to commercialize what we are using. That meant that it has to go through robust development, intense security considerations and all. And 1 year, 2 years down the line, Humanova is what it is today.
On her part, brand ambassador for Humanova, Sewa Amihie Esquire, described the initiative as timely and impactful, hence her decision to become the face of the brand.
Once you're a business that works with human beings, it just makes everything so easier for you, from salary inputs to leave inputs, everything that has got to do with your human resource, Humanova provides that solution for you. It resonates with me because I do a lot of things with people. I have a business as well with my sister. We work with a lot of people, so I'm happy to have explored it. I've seen how it works. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And I employ, everyone to get onto the software. It's good.
The company noted that the Humanova is hosted on one of the world's safest cloud systems, Amazon Web Services, assuring potential customers of the security and protection of their data while using the platform.
Residents of Katamanso are calling on government to move swiftly to protect what they describe as a sacred and historic war site, warning that encroachment and development threaten to erase a significant chapter of Ghana's past. Speaking during a visit to the site, head of the Adrimwe family of Katamanso says the area remains a symbol of ancestral sacrifice and national history that must not be lost to private interests.
The Katamanso War, fought in 1826 between the Ashanti Kingdom and an alliance of southern states, including the Ga-Dangbe and other coastal groups, marked a turning point in Gold Coast history. The battle, which took place near present-day Dodowa, halted Ashanti expansion towards the coast and reshaped the political balance of power in the region. The area remains a heritage site of immense cultural and historical value, but encroachers and private developers have taken over the sites.
We are bringing this to the notice of the general public for the sake of preserving at least some historical sites. Almost all the important ones like the Pinqua Forest are no more. This last point where the last gunfire ended the war, we are seeing the devastation.
Head of the Ajingwe family of Katamanso, Seth Otu Okle, further called for the establishment of an independent committee to investigate all alleged private acquisitions, land sales, and development within the historic enclave.
Everything that needs to be preserved is preserved. Anytime they come in, we have up to August. At least we should have a place where if people come, they can stand and be lectured on how the whole thing unfolded. Unfortunately, government, this is a site that had been here for over 200 years.
Traditional leaders and community members are demanding urgent state intervention to preserve the Kantamanso lands as protected national heritage for generations to come.
Well, that's the end of the GH Today news with me, Amma Acquah. For more news updates, click on starfm.com.gh. Please do enjoy your Thursday.